Okay, gang, we are going to go ahead and we're going to start doing the skull. So let's go ahead and let's go to, I may have to feel around a little bit here. First, I'm going to go ahead and snag a sphere. And where's a nice 3D sphere? I'm going to bring it out, hit T, which allows me to start drawing on it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it into a polymesh, which allows me to manipulate a little bit better. Now I'm going to go to, I'm going to go ahead and skew it a little bit here. I'm going to kind of clown with it a little bit, see where it takes us. Let me go ahead and let me bring up my my floor for a minute so I can see where I am. Okay, looks good. I'm going to kick in my perspective just for now. Let me go and rotate this thing. Go to R, grab this puppy right here, flip it around this way. Okay, so we're starting on the skull. Okay, and we got to go ahead and do is turn this into a Dynamesh. And Dynamesh is really important. It gives me a little more, some more abilities with the polygons. So let me go ahead and draw the eye, but I'm going to hold my Option key down, and what it'll do is it'll create an inverted file. Let me move it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so as long as we're in Dynamesh mode, I should be able to. Whoops, I forgot to do. Let's try that again. Let me go ahead and create. Whoops, let me go and create the eye, like so. And let me go ahead and hit W. Let me kind of stretch it just a little bit, and then let me go ahead and slide it. There we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, I can live with that. So I should be able to mask it, and then mask it again. There we go. There's my holes. Okay, cool. And the mouth, I'm going to try to do the same way, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know if I can do it. Let me see. Let me see if I can do that. Let's find out. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do one. Let me go back to the cylinder. Let me create it. I'm just going to do it right in the middle. It should be okay. And I can go ahead and W. I'm going to go ahead and stretch it out this way, slide it that way, and oops, we rotate it. It's just better if everything's kind of straight. W, W, slide it over there, and Dynamesh is on. Good. Do this once, do it twice. Boom, there's my mouth. Okay. We're going to go ahead and, oops. Go ahead and save this as skull. Let's call it skull. Done. Okay, so now I can go ahead and start tweaking this a little bit to the picture. So I'm going to go BMV, which is basically my move tool. I can actually select areas. I'm going to put my symmetry. There we go. Now we're back on. I can actually select areas. All I want to do is select the area around the eye, but I'm going to take a gamble here and see if I can just, let me see if this actually will cooperate with me. And lo and behold, it does. Okay. Now, it looks really rough right now. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a lot smoother when I get done. Let me just start moving things. Now, if you notice, all these polygons are getting kind of distorted. That's okay, because when you do things in Dynamesh, yes, I'm going to have to tweak that later. It doesn't look very symmetrical to me. So now when I do it, it's going to build. See, it just built more polygons. That's all it did. So so even if I BN, let's say I just take, oops, that's not right. BIN. There we go. Let's say I just keep doing this, and all the polygons just keep extruding. If I do that, it rebuilds all the polygons for me. So then I don't have to sit there and work with these ridiculously large polygons. So let's go ahead and just keep tweaking things. BMV. These are shortcuts that I can use to, it will take me to the different brushes. Here's my brushes. And I got a whole ton of them. In fact, I have even more than this. But since I know what their name is, so if I hit B for brush, oh, M for moves, and V, I already know it's V. Where are you? B? Okay, that's just my move brush. But there's a whole lot of brushes. And this one's going to be a little tricky. Maybe I should have done symmetrical with the mouth. This might bite me, but we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. So let's just start kind of tweaking with this a little bit. And I'll go ahead and get the, see, the other side's not getting moved. I'll deal with that a little later on, but not right now. I'm just kind of horsing around here a little bit. And I can actually hold my shift key down and soften things if I need to, but I'm not really concerned with that right now. That doesn't really figure into this right now. Let me just kind of make this a little larger. Keep tweaking this. I'll do the nose in a bit. Just, yeah, it's going to bite me later, I think, a little bit. That's all right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually flatten this whole thing out. So a lot of this will be gone. But let me just keep fooling around with this thing a little bit. Let me go ahead and start tweaking around with the cheekbones a little bit here. Kind of go in there a little bit. And let me kind of extrude that out just a little bit. Do a Dynamesh. Okay, a little better. Let me kind of sink that in a little bit. And I'm narrating and working at the same time. Let me kind of make this jaw a little longer. I don't want to be, okay, we're good. Okay, I'm make it a little wider. I'll start working the teeth in a little bit, but I'm going really fast here on this. Let me go B-I-N. I'm going to start doing some inflating here a little bit. Start working this brow. I want the brow to be a little smaller, but I want to be a little, I want the focal point to be sharper. And let's see what we get here. Okay, and if we can go over it again a few times. Actually, I want to be even smaller yet, so let's make it a little smaller. And let's just keep going. Jack up that intensity a little bit. That's not bad. And let me just kind of keep going over a little bit. Let me see how far out that's coming. It's not too bad. And there again, I probably won't get it 100%. I'm going to soften this out anyway, just for the hell of it. Do a Dynamesh. Alright, it's not too bad. Do a save. Save skull, yes. Always do your save. Command S is your, Control S is your friend. Okay, what am I going to work on now? The nose, I'm going to work on the nose a little bit. So I'm already in Inflate tool, so I'm just going to hold my Option key down, and whoops, big nose, huh? I'm going to go ahead and a little smaller too. Let's see what I can do here. It's right close to there. That's actually kind of badass. Look at that, huh? I can tweak that in a little bit. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable my symmetry for a minute. Oops, and just kind of work it asymmetrical for a minute. That was kind of cool. Put my symmetry back on. BMV. Let me kind of tweak that out a little bit. Do a Dynamesh. Make the brush a little larger. I'm going to soften the whole thing up a little bit. That's a bit too much. I'm still in. Here we go. I'm kind of getting a feel for this. And you know what? Let me see what we got here. Well, this looks a little bigger than the model. I can live with that, I suppose. Let me just kind of, whoops. B-I-N. That's the Inflate tool. Oops. Let me make that a little smaller. I'm going to go in there. We're in symmetry. Good. I'm just going to go in there and just kind of start taking some of that out. I actually want that to be a little more. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, I can live with that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like, if you notice, I'm just going to go around the edge here a little bit. Let me see if we can have some fun here. Yeah, let's see. And I'm going to smooth it out a little bit. Let me jack up that size. Hit my shift key. That looks kind of interesting. Okay, so we're making some headway here. Do a save as. Hit OK. Do a Dynamesh. By the way, I do physically have his skull in front of me, so, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead, BMV. I'm going to go ahead and make that skull a little larger, just a little bit. Looking at the actual piece, it's actually looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to inflate let me see here. I'm going to put the teeth on in a bit, but let me go ahead, B-I-N, stop, B-I-N, here we go. Let me go ahead and inflate this just a little bit. And I'm going to, looking at the 3D piece, oops, I'll jack it down the intensity a little bit. Let me go ahead and create this little kind of, it's an indentation a little bit. That might be a bit much. I'll make it a smaller window, smaller brush, pardon me. Let me do this, yeah, it kind of goes right around here, right around there, something like that. BMV, let me widen that mouth a little bit. I'm just kind of going all over the place here. And whoops. Took that in. Now I want to select an area. I'm doing what's called a mask. What I want to, I don't want to select everything. I just want to select a small portion. I can either make my brush smaller, which I might end up doing. Let's see if this cooperates. All right, it's actually cooperating. But if I wanted to create what's called a mask, I could actually, well, let's say I wanted to work on just the cheekbones. I could mask that out and tap with my option key on the keyboard on the background here, and then whatever I do will only affect the part I have selected. But I don't want to do that right now. Let me do a Dynamesh. Do a save. Okay, I do saves all the time. Just a smart thing to do. This mouth is not looking quite. Let me. Should be. Let's see what we got here. And it's not symmetrical. It's a toothless skeleton, right? Let me just keep tweaking this a little bit more. This actually comes out, this upper septum part of the nose, so I'm going to go to B-I-N, go to inflate, and I'm going to kind of just, let me see how it looks. Do it again. And I'm going to hit my option key, and that will make that go in. I could, it looks kind of cool. I could make this whole nose smaller, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let me go back to B and V, back to my move tool. Let me increase the size of this, and if I look at the, here, let's look a little closer. Okay, because the teeth are going to go here, do a Dynamesh. I'm going to start smoothing this out soon, but I don't want to smooth it so much, so I'm going to hold my shift key down, jack down the intensity to smooth, and oops, it's still too much. Let me go down even more. Oops, wrong ones. I want to do the intensity here. Duh. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, here we go. And I do this here while I'm at it, right? Okay, so that's not bad. Do Dynamesh. And like I said, this whole thing's going to be flattened. All this whole back area, it's all going to be gone. I'll show you how I'll do that in a bit. So let's kind of clown around with the teeth a little bit here. You know what? I need a little more resolution, I think. So let me go back to my Dynamesh. Let me jack this up to, I get to 128. Let me jack up to 400 and do a Dynamesh. That's not bad. Let me smooth out a little bit. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, let's start working on the teeth here. We're going to use something called a damn standard brush, BDS. With that, let me go to the brushes here. Okay, and where are you? Where is it? It's my damn standard. What that'll do, that'll allow me to push in and create like a, well, let me just show you here. Let me start. Going by the piece of art, let me see how bad I mess this up. That's too much. I need to jack down my intensity, but increase my draw size. Let me see what we got here. That's not bad. I can almost live with that. A little more intensity. And let's just, let's see. Can we do this here? First off, I'm just going to go right across the top here. That's too much. It's still too much. Check everything just slightly and see where it takes us. You know what I'm going to do a duplicate. I need more resolution, so I'm going to do a duplicate. And I'm going to delete the lower. And it's a little better. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start carving out the teeth a little bit. See where it takes us. Oops. I'm just going to start just putting in very simple indentations into the mesh, but nothing extreme yet. I may have to subdivide this even more. Let me just subdivide it again. That's not bad. Command D subdivides for you. So I'm just going in here and kind of tweaking a little bit, doing some fun stuff. But of course I'm in symmetry mode, so whatever I do to the right, it's going to do to the left. That's not half bad. I can almost live with that. And just keep going around. Do a Dynamesh. This might take a few extra minutes. Because I've created some extra subdivision. Let's see what happens here. Okay, cool. Did it. Neat. Okay, so let's just keep doing this. That's really not bad. I can totally live with that. For this piece anyway, if I want, I can actually make my brush a little larger. You get something a little more subtle. Oops, I just dropped my skull there. Don't want to do that. And I can actually go in, and I want to round this off a little bit. Whoops. Maybe I can actually DMV. If I really want to get ridiculously detailed, I can go in and start moving things around a little bit, make it look more like a tooth if I want, so just grab that part, okay, something like that, just kind of clown a little bit. That's my phone going off. Okay, and basically I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom part. Let me just go ahead and do a save as, okay. Bottom part's the same thing, there's just not as many teeth, so let's go BDS. It's a damn standard. And you know what? This kind of has a chin on it, so let me go to BMV. No, BIN. Invert. Check up the size. How's my... That's kind of cool. Yeah, that might work. Let me see. That's a bit much. I need to jack down that intensity a little bit. A smidge. Maybe even a brush size too. A smidge. And oops. I'm gonna lose that floor for now. I really don't need it. I kind of know where I'm at now. So let me just kind of go ahead and see what this takes us. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Do I need to go all the way around? No, I'm looking at this piece. Okay, it looks kind of cool. Yeah, I can live with that. So let's go in and start working. Now, wherever I start, if I just kind of like do a little something here, it'll whenever I rotate, the way you rotate is you just tap outside your screen and you just move your mouse. If I start working on this part here, it'll just rotate. This will be my center point. So right now I'm going to work on the lower teeth, BDS. Let me jack down my brush size, and I kind of forgot where I was before. Let me see here. I need more intensity. That'll work, I guess. I may have to, you know what, I may have to, oh, that's interesting, huh? I may have to work on that a little bit. So let me go ahead and work on the choppers. It looks like he's only got 4 or 5 teeth on the bottom, so let me see if I can do this. And I'll tweak this in a minute. 1, it's 4. Yeah, 4 is good, right? Let me just kind of go back here a little bit. Let me just kind of angle this. If I want to work on a certain area, let's say I just want to work on this area. I don't need this top right now. I can do a highlight. Oops. I can highlight the area, and that's all it gives me right there. I can just work on that area alone. It's kind of cool. So let me go ahead and just kind of fool around here. I'm just kind of clowning a little bit here, a little bit. Let me see what we got here. I'm just kind of, whoops. Let me just kind of highlight this a little bit. And I'm gonna lose this in a minute. So let me just go BDS. Let me just BIN. There we go. And I'm just gonna flatten that out. I need a little more intensity. I am going to push that down just a little bit. Not much, and I'm going to go ahead and soften it up a lot. I'm kind of cheating here, but it's the way it goes. Okay, let's go ahead. There we go. Bring that back a little bit. Looking at the statue, I need to do a few things. I need to bring. First off, I'm just going to go ahead and flatten this whole side. So I go to my move, and there's a trick to doing this. You go over here. You probably do it backwards. Maybe it's this way. Oh, it's this way. Here it goes. I did it backwards. Okay, so I got to start over here. Go. I did it again. Did it wrong. Let me go this way. Let's go this way. There it goes. I knew I'd eventually get it. And if you notice, now it's all flat. See? It's all flat. And I'm not really, let me do a save. But that's how you can, these are just little tricks of how to do this. Where is my tool? How did I get the drawing there? It's not supposed to be there. Let's close that out. Thank you. Go to my save as, blah, 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 and do that. And I'm kind of wham-bamming this a little bit. I've already done this already, and instead of giving you the 5-hour version, which took me the last one, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of embellish this a little bit and go a little faster on the creation of this file. I'm trying to think of something else I can do. I can go in and with my BDS, with my damn standard tool, I can actually go in. Oops, that's a bit much. I can go in and create, and check my brush size, create creases and so on like this. You know, if I really want to, I can go in and create these, and then just soften them up. Do it again, soften them up again, and I can just keep going around. This part of the mouth here, looking at the actual foam deal I got, looks like it's really much farther out. BMV, so I would go over there, really get a good brush size, and let's just bring this whole thing out a little bit, see what we got. That's kind of interesting. That mouth is too wide around there, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in significantly, a lot, quite a bit. But you know, that's basically some of the tools to use to make this thing. And let me go ahead and show you some. Let me show you the printed version I made of this thing already. There again, this was just a quick 5-minute create a sphere and start horsing around with it and create a skull. But let me show you the finished version I did several months ago.
Creating a bond with reality.